Federal High Court sitting in Lagos State on Wednesday remanded Jude Okoye, the ex-manager and elder brother of Peter and Paul of P-Square, to Ikoyi Prison over allegations of stealing billions of naira belonging to his younger twin brothers by thus creating an almost similar company name, Northside Music, to collect P-Square royalties that ought to belong to the original company, Northside Entertainment. Details of the report as presented by the Public Relations Unit of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, reads in full below. The Lagos Zonal Directorate of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Wednesday, February 26, 2025, arraigned Jude Okoye Chigozie, older brother and ex-manager of Paul and Peter Okoye of the defunct P-Square Music Group, before Justice Okoye of the Federal High Court, sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos. He was arraigned alongside his company, Northside Music Limited, on a 7-count charge bordering on money laundering to the tune of 1.38 billion nairas, $1 million and 34,537 pounds and 59 pence. One of the charges reads, that you, Jude Okoye Chigozie and Northside Music Limited, sometimes in 2022, in Lagos, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, did directly acquire a landed property known as Number 5, Tony Eromosele Street, Parkview Estate, Ikoyi, Lagos, worth 850 million nairas, 850 million naira only, which money you knew or reasonably ought to have known forms part of proceeds of unlawful act and thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 18(2)(d) and punishable under Section 18(3) of the Money Laundering, Prevention and Prohibition Act, 2022. Another charge reads, that you, Jude Okoye Chigozie and Northside Music Limited, sometimes in 2022, in Lagos, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, did indirectly, using bureau de change, converted the sum of $1,019,762.87, $1,019,762.87, domiciled in Access Bank PLC operated by Northside Music Limited, to the naira equivalent and remitted into various bank accounts with intention of concealing that the said fund formed part of the proceeds of an unlawful act and thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 18(2)(a) and punishable under Section 18(3) of the Money Laundering, Prevention and Prohibition Act, 2022. He pleaded not guilty to the charges, following which prosecution counsel, LP Ashawo, applied for a trial date and for Okoye to be remanded in a correctional facility. The defense counsel, Inibehe Effiong, however, informed the court of Okoye's bail application and prayed for a short date of adjournment to enable its hearing. The defense counsel also prayed that the defendant be rather remanded in the EFCC custody pending the hearing of the bail application. Objecting to the prayer for the defendant to be remanded in EFCC's custody, the prosecution counsel argued that the commission's hold Edo State Government under the leadership of Governor Monday Okpebholo has raided some popular Ashawo joints in Benin City, the state's capital, and made arrests, with one of the arrested suspects insisting she is not a commercial sex worker, that she only came out to buy or get something for herself around Ihama area at night when the task force led by the Edo State Migration Agency, EDMA, raided the area in continuation of the 34 persons arrested earlier in the month in line with the Edo State Law on human trafficking and irregular migration. The suspect, who protested her innocence as seen in the video made available on Tuesday by one of the popular TV broadcasters in the state, Deborah Evie Ogbefun, was forced into the task force vehicle, but she continued to protest her innocence, insisting she only came out to buy something. The leader of the task force, who accused her of being stubborn, ordered his men to take her away. It is not clear if she was detained or the task force set her free, as the helpless lady was seen calling her boyfriend and apparently wailing. While she was inside the vehicle, one of the task force officers asked her the whereabouts of her bag or small handbag commercial sex workers do hold that do contain some few clothes they used for exchange and makeups. The arrested suspect, who appeared to be provoked, raised her voice on the task force officer that she does not have, that she only came out to buy food. Earlier in February, 34 persons were arrested and paraded by the Edo State Migration Agency, EDMA, when the agency busted joints of the underage commercial sex workers who were said to be people who came into the city from other states in Nigeria. It would be recalled that in 2022, we had reported that the Edo State Government under the leadership of Governor Godwin Obaseki has begun the mass arrest of street prostitutes, often referred to as Ashawo or night workers. A campaign poster made available to the public before the mass arrest commenced in some major locations around the Benin metropolis in July 2022 indicated that the government wants the commercial sex workers chased out of the Ihama, Zapoba, GRA, Sapele Road, Omowo Road, Donson, Upper Mission Extension, and Ekewan Road in the state capital. Also early this month, as part of the Edo State Government strategy to strengthen irregular migration laws and curb the menace of human trafficking, Edo State Migration Agency held a meeting with hoteliers operators in the state. Details of the meeting as contained in the press release made available by the Public Relations Unit of the Edo State Migration Agency reads below. The Director General, Honorable Lucky Agazuma, received hotelier operator in his office in line with the ongoing sensitization on the need to get them profiled. In his remark, the DG stated that the invitation was to enlighten them about the menace of human trafficking and irregular with the new law of the Edo State Migration Agency so as to be guided in their operations because some of the hoteliers might be doing what they don't know is a crime. He noted that the agency is collaborating with key stakeholders in the state and outside the state to fight the menace of human trafficking and irregular migration and redeem the beautiful name of Edo people. Furthermore, Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo has blamed militants and herders over the killing of 24 persons in Medoti, Belomonti among other 5 villages in the Ovia Southwest Local Government Area and Opekpe in the Esako East Local Government Area of Edo State. Says he has deployed more troops to the affected communities, with AIT News Media showed on the spot assessment video footage of some residents fleeing the communities, just as another report indicated that a little boy was also killed on Friday at Egware Irua in the Esan Central Local Government Area of the state. Former Special Advisor to Edo State Governor on Youth Affairs, Shidrach Odubai, said the little boy in Egware Irua was killed. Immediately he returned from school, and he was declared missing. His lifeless body was later found the next day, being Saturday 22nd of February at the back of his house. Vital organs like the heart, legs and fingers were missing. It is said that the boy's parents are originally from Muweson, where the Monday Okpebholo hails from. How many I go fit talk? From Opekpe in Esako East, to Erad in Oan East, to farm settlements in Ovia Southeast, down to Esan Central where Monday Okpebholo hails from. Insecurity they bite Edo people, Udubai stated. Governor Okpebholo in the press release as made available by the Chief Press Secretary to the Edo State Governor on Tuesday, Fred Itwa, stated that the Edo State Governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has condemned the recent attacks on 7 farming communities in Ovia Southwest Local Government Area, which resulted in the loss of 22 lives and widespread destruction of property. The governor has also denounced the killing of 2 farmers, Betemo Philip Ebo and Christopher Bello, in Opekpe community, Esako East Local Government Area, by suspected herdsmen. The devastating attack on 7 farming communities in Ovia Southwest, which left 22 people dead, and several others injured, were reportedly carried out by militants. The militants also destroyed buildings and farm produce worth millions of naira. We will not tolerate any form of violence or lawlessness in Edo State, Governor Okpebholo said. We will work tirelessly to ensure that those responsible for these heinous acts are brought to justice, and we will do everything in our power to prevent such incidents from happening again in the future. Meanwhile, Governor Okpebholo has ordered the deployment of additional security personnel to the affected areas and the provision of support to the affected communities. We are committed to ensuring the safety and security of all Edo State residents, Governor Okpebholo said. We will work closely with the security agencies, traditional leaders, and community members to achieve this goal. The governor has also called on the people of Edo State to remain calm and to cooperate with the security agencies as they work to address the crisis. We urge everyone to remain calm and to go about their normal business, Governor Okpebholo said. We are doing everything possible to ensure that the situation is brought under control. Meanwhile,
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.